these years for that, and Red Raptor is that legend for Raydish. But he's going to be opening up with Teska here. So we've got a true mirror matchup coming out here. Raydish and MegD were the first to really do it well with this team composition, and Sandstorm and Boomie are trying to do it better. Here we go to game number 1 in this best of 5.
Game number 1, and already Raydish just knocking Boomie off stage. MegD continuing, controlling the stage, using the spear, getting that neutral light off as well. Landing back down with the neutral light, coming back up. Okay, Raydish trying to get that recovery, not going to be able to combo it quite yet though. And now look at that quick little sandwich pulling that out, but unfortunately MegD not able to find the finisher.
Yeah, the Sarah didn't actually finish a strong knockback, and now Sandstorm and Boomie get a team combo into Raydish, and he goes flying off the left side of the stage. And another team combo into the same neutral stick is going to be a double knockout for Boomie, going right away, showing Raydish and MegD how to finish those team combos and going right into tacking even more damage on the Raydish with that down stick.
And we've seen like Chun-Li's neutral signature like all weekend into it's just basically become a staple, especially when you have that many gauntlets out of the field. And that is already going to be Sandstorm's first stock knocked out here. Boomie still stuck on 3 stocks at this point. Just stock tanking a little bit for the blue team, but now has just been struggling to find a way to get back down onto the stage. Tries to interrupt Raydish.
Yeah, and Raydish was going for, we were talking about that before getting in the matchup. The pivot Sarah brings it back on the stage. There's that recovery going over on the Boomie, and now Sandstorm off the side of the stage. So be careful. Edgeguard's coming out from MegD. That's 2 pogos. Gonna get a third. No, makes it back to the stage. That side air, and the team combo immediately starts. Barely interrupted by Raydish, but that side stick would have been devastating.
Boomie and Sandstorm move so scary because it feels like no matter at what point it is in the match, they're able to just make a new combo happen at any given point. Red team, both of them stuck off stage for just a moment. Coming back on here, and again, they're just doing it again and again. Sandstorm's and Boomie's positioning is just so good this game 1.
Yeah, and I think, we'll have to see how that plays out. We have to look at that. Okay, MegD and Raydish got the left side of the stage. Gets that team combo. Boomie in a juggle state once again, and he catches Sandstorm with that nair in the middle of the combo. Okay, it's been brought dead even. Neutral stick knocks out. Okay, let's see if Sandstorm can survive. That recovery will come off of that bounce, and that's going to be a clean sweep of the board. Let's see if Boomie and Sandstorm can return the favor there, because MegD and Raydish have stolen the lead.
Yeah, they just need to be able to find a closing hit right now, and as long as they're playing back and playing a little bit defensive, it might be difficult to find that. Slowing down the pace of the game. Sandstorm trying to extend it, looking for the neutral. They're not going to be able to find it, but finally the side light recovery does come out. Raydish knocked down to his last stock.
Whoa.
Boomie, whoa.
Yeah, MegD, I thought was going to go down there, but he actually ended up turning that into a reversal where he got some damage on the Boomie. And now he's holding on to that stock a little bit longer than they'd like. D-Light Cider open off the side of the stage. Raydish gets some revenge damage in there, though, but he's got to be careful. If MegD spending all that time recovering, Raydish could go down to a team combo, and Boomie and Sandstorm already hit 5 of that in the beginning of the set.
Yeah, but Raydish only got hit by a couple of hits, right? So it could have been a lot worse than it actually was, luckily. But now, oh, look at that combo. Again, the NSIG just coming out there. Raydish having to find a way to make it back onto the stage, somehow slipping between Boomie and Sandstorm, buying enough time.
Did he touch the ground? Okay, he makes it back. But he's already taken so much damage. Some friendly fire on the Boomie, and MegD goes for the ground pound. Sandstorm off the side of the stage. Boomie has to go for the save. No! He goes for the recovery, goes down to the second gauntlet ground pound, and now Boomie in a 1v2 in game 1.
Okay, Boomie, this is still doable, but quite unlikely at this point, especially when you get hit by that sider. Such a nasty angle to get hit, and that's going to be the spear sider. MegD closing out game 1 for the red team, and I have to say, there were a couple of moments there where I was like, okay, this might be over for the red team. Had Raydish actually just, when it was a 1v2, and he was trying to land by himself, I was like, oh, that's it.
I mean, he was sweating on the way down, and he had no dodge, and he did get caught on the landing, and I was like, okay, Boomie and Sandstorm aren't going to drop this, and he manages to barely get out.
He got hit, but he didn't lose the stock.
Yes, and that was the best possible outcome, because when you're when you're getting sandwiched by Boomie and Sandstorm in a doubles environment in a 1v2, I mean, you're basically going to be going down there. So the fact that he was able to take damage but hold on to the stock meant they were able to win the game, and then the edgeguard into Sandstorm was great. They were able to sync up with those ground pounds, and now we're going to game 2, right back to Fortress of Lions.
This is such an explosive game, because it feels like both of these teams are able to like throw out like a sudden team combo on each other and just make stocks completely disappear. Look at this, we're like 20 seconds into this match, and already Boomie has taken so much damage. Everybody's already past the yellow.
You took like 10 seconds to say something about what was happening in the match, and 3 of those team combos were happening just because of how quickly they're converting on all these openings. And the thing that, man, Boomie going down that early is actually really rough. Sandstorm's trying to get something set up by these falling side airs onto Raydish. But this is actually a really, really great start for the red team, because usually when somebody goes down, the entire team gets swept, and then they come back and they even the playing field. But if there's a disjoint where Boomie's going down a lot earlier than Sandstorm, that could be a 1v2 a lot earlier than the blue team would like.
Ooh, I like the fact that MegD ran off stage just to maybe try and around, use themselves as a bit of a punching bag so that Raydish can come back onto the stage. MegD now getting the neutral into the side, coming back on, just faking out the approach there. And again, Red Team's positioning right now, this beginning of the game, excellent.
Yeah, and now Boomie's been spending this entire time playing keep away. They can't get any of these team combos started, and Raydish and MegD are a lot more stabilized in this area. Now MegD, unarmed, no jump. Sandstorm goes in for the side lane, but MegD picks up a gauntlet. Let's see what he can do. Dash jumping around, and Sandstorm can't catch him with those side airs, and he does hold on pretty well. So now Raydish, if he can pick up a weapon, MegD is ready to be able to follow up. There's the Nair.
There's neutral light and almost a catch on the dodge as well, but Raydish right now looking for all these neutral lights. Not going to be able to find anything quite yet. Dash jumping, trying to make his movement as unpredictable as possible. Red team occupying the ground, blue team up in the skies at the moment. And look at that little combo. MegD though not able to convert it into the down air.
Yeah, and then getting caught by that Nair afterwards was, just not able to find anything afterwards. That neutral signature just catches him out, and then he turns it into a combo. Gravity cancel. Down like Nair has Sandstorm with him on the stage. MegD does lose that stock. I thought he was going to be in exchange for Sandstorm though. Okay.
That was so funny. MegD gave it up, and then both blue team members came back anyways. That was actually for nothing except a little bit of damage.
Yeah, that could have been what could have been a 4 stocks to 2 scenario has actually turned into an even game because MegD underestimated how far he could take that combo, and then Boomie was able to come in for the save. Now Boomie and Sandstorm are getting a ton of damage on the MegD second stock here, and Sandstorm, while really hurt on the red, has not had Boomie take too much damage in the meantime, so they can actually keep this really close. Edgeguard on the left side of the stage, but they managed to make it back, and we're returning to neutral here.
Okay, I love the fact that Sandstorm didn't continue like his advantage state, right? He just noticed that, hey, if I try to go after this, the other red team member is going to go ahead and punish me. That's going to be the spike. That is going to be the stock. Raydish knocked down. Wow.
Yeah, that is a really early knockout there. Raydish and Light Orange getting hit by that ground pound from Sandstorm out of a jump, but he just didn't have the tools to make it back. MegD, in the meantime, had nowhere to be able to save him there because he was so focused on being able to deal with Boomie, and now it's 3 stocks to 2, and MegD might drag this out for a little bit here because, I mean, there's a possibility that, like, you get a few fade-away side airs on Spear, like so. Wait, that neutral actually hits Boomie. If that neutral stick took him down, it was just going to be a 1-1 between Sandstorm and MegD, 2 stocks to 2, and that's crazy. How is Boomie taking so much damage from Sandstorm?
It's disjointed enough that you can make enough space for yourself, right? As long as you position yourself far away, you don't have to really commit to anything too heavily. But right now, MegD left with no weapons on hand here. Oh, that's going to be brutal. There's no way that you can make it back through this, can you?
Oh, Sandstorm goes for the boots there. He's definitely probably the... I think Sandstorm uses boots down here for edge guards and combo follow-ups more than any other player that I've been seeing with the boots, and it's been really cool to see because even though it doesn't do that much damage, the knockback's pretty fixed. It's still just a really great move when he calls them out right here. Okay, edge guard opportunity. MegD's got to go for risks. You got to take down Boomie right now, MegD. You got to get him if you want to be able to have a chance. Boomie's right away.
Boomie is just like, hey, I have no reason to attack you. I'm just going to try and stay in the game as long as possible. And this is still not out of possibility for MegD, especially because...
there. Okay. Oh, goes for the downer afterwards. And that's the setup that we were talking about earlier, right? Being able to get that downline pivot side air so that they don't have to worry about sandwiching his opponent to be able to get that follow-up.
Okay, goes for a really aggressive recovery though, trying to hunt down Boomie. Just waiting a second, making it back onto the stage here. Chase dodging in and then target switching back onto Boomie. MegD is playing phenomenal right now considering the circumstances.
It is a scary 1v2, and it is actually scary for the blue team because of how possible I still feel like this is. Sandstorm hasn't really gotten that start up yet. They're getting this little chip damage here for weapon throw and the weapon throw, but MegD's actually done a great job avoiding all the setups from the blue team. And if he gets one neutral sig in here on Boomie, which he's looking for, then, right, that could bring it into the 1v1 against Sandstorm, where I feel like MegD's playing hot enough to be able to do it. But this is probably where it's too hard to make it back.
Yeah,
Dodge gone.
There's nothing that you can do. You've expended all of your jumps, you've expended your dodges. Now, that was a really good attempt. That was a really good idea. But I think the best play here was just Boomie being really patient on the right side of the stage, where he was like, okay, realistically, I'm fighting against Chun-Li. The most important thing that I have to look out for is going to be that neutral signature, right? Because I don't feel like MegD is going to commit to like a dash jump, ground pound or something, right? So I'm just gonna wait. And then that was the whiff, and then, you know,
yeah, MegD can't really afford going for like a dash jump gravity cancel downlight either, even though that's the other thing that could get like a true combo into recovery. He was really just going for N-Sig, and as long as you're grounded, that will never hit you, will never pick you up, like you said. So really well played in that 1v2 coming out from Boomie and Sandstorm. And yeah, the other part that you talked about was that like Boomie's role was to be really patient and play keep away, but that's like the one thing Boomie doesn't want to do in a 2 scenario, no matter how behind it was. So it took a lot of self-control from him there. Red team, now it's 1-1, opening up with a pretty strong combo onto Sandstorm, but Raydish has got Boomie on the other side of the stage, and MegD just takes down Sandstorm on his own.
takes out Sandstorm, but Boomie not going to be able to do the same thing to Raydish, who is still hanging on to that first stock. Sandstorm going back in with that neutral, connects it, switches back up onto MegD. Both red team members struggling to land now until MegD actually makes that space for himself. Holding on to center stage, not able to get the whip punish on the D-Light. MegD looking for the jump lead, and Boomie was at the same time, just different plays.
Yeah, Boomie getting that sideline of both red team members, gets the alley-oop off the bounce of that gauntlet sider as well. A slight delay, gets the double knockout on the neutral signature. Boomie and Sandstorm have at least shown that between these two teams are the best at being able to capitalize on the 2v1 once they got a knockout. Those double knockouts from Boomie have come several times, and that team combo into Raydish has already brought him into deep yellow, almost into orange here. And the team combo into MegD is already doing a ton of damage as well. 5 stocks to 4, and it looks like Boomie and Sandstorm are going to make this lead even larger.
Okay. Oh, not able to get that whip punish on the downhill. Just able to chase dodge away and out of there in time, and able to get that double combo as well. MegD with the finisher, closing out that stock, finally bringing Boomie down. Back down to 2 stocks with everybody else saying,
it was actually very fortunate that that side stick caught just Boomie and not Sandstorm, because Sandstorm is now down to 1 stock, which he could have been down to 1 stock like 30 seconds earlier. Boomie being down to 2 was fine in that scenario, but now they have to be able to answer back, get MegD here. Boomie was looking for that follow-up, and instead just falls into a team combo. Raydish catches Sandstorm in the middle of the signature attack. They gets interrupted and he gets hit by that side air.
I mean, that's really the Boots win condition, isn't it? To get both of the opponents stacked in one place like that. But, oh my gosh, Boomie, the one that was originally stock tanking, knocked down to his last stock. Red team, both of them sitting at 2 stocks apiece. This is looking really good for Raydish and MegD.
Yeah, Sidestick ends up taking Boomie off the left side of the stage. It's such a powerful move when you can be able to get it off the team combo like that. Sidestick comes down, and Sandstorm actually punishes Raydish, uses active input to just send him to the right side with that side signature. Goes over that sideline, tries to avoid the follow-up, and MegD just jumps right in, but a good follow-up sider. Okay, team combo to Raydish. It has to happen here to be able to get this close in this game 3, and Raydish manages to avoid that. He's done so good at being able to avoid getting knocked out until, well, the haymaker comes through, and now it's even across the board.
Even across the board, but look at the amount of damage that Sandstorm has. You cannot afford to take any hit because you'll be knocked so far away that it'll take so long for you to get back onto the stage. Boomie at the moment tries to come back on. Sandstorm gets that landing downer. Chase dodges in.
Neutral stick hits. Almost knocks Sandstorm out on its own. Team combo to Boomie. Downlight sider in the end. He dunks him off the left side of the stage. Now both of the blue team are on the side of the stage. Can they make it back? Sandstorm siders through with the weapon throw from Boomie. Combos him into the recovery onto Raydish, and Raydish gets the double knockout to bring it to match point over Boomie and Sandstorm.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. He took so long getting back onto the stage that Boomie was just getting comboed.
Yeah.
He ate so much damage in the time that it took Sandstorm to get back into the swing of things.
And we talk, at least I talk a lot about the situation where it's like, yeah, if you get knocked off the stage, that high damage, just go to the next stock. Well,
you don't have any stocks left. You got your last stock.
He had to spend that entire time making it back to the stage. Boomie, in the meantime, took a huge team combo's worth of damage, and they were both on the side of the stage there. It's very difficult in the heat of the moment to communicate exactly how you're going to recover. Weapon throw ends up hitting Sandstorm in the back, and he goes, what the heck? And there he goes. He's off the top of the stage.
Once again, this is elimination side. This is elimination side to get into the top 6 as well. So this could potentially be Boomie and Sandstorm's last 2's game of the entire event. So there's a lot on the line. There's a lot riding on this. And at the moment, MegD just using that neutral light just to get a little bit of space for himself. Boomie coming back into Raydish. I don't think he wanted that hitbox of the neutral light. He wanted the inner one facing his teammates so that he could continue the combo. He only got the outer one, and it sent his opponent to the right side.
Yeah, that positioning is very critical there, and Boomie's just not quite able to get it. Raydish was trying to set up in the meantime with his own downlight pivot. At the end, Sig actually catches MegD at the right side of the stage. First time that we've seen a really good lead for the blue team in about 2 games. Raydish trying to make up for it with that side signature, and Sandstorm comes right in there with the downlight recovery. And then that nair onto MegD to stop MegD from getting any help there onto Raydish. Let's see if the blue team can get a 2-stock lead here. There we go. Recovery comes through, just barely knocks it off the top.
Boomie was just waiting. Boomie was waiting for Sandstorm to be hit. He was like, okay, this is my time to shine, and got that recovery in. And now, all of a sudden, blue team has once again a gentle lead. This is very susceptible to changing. They've both taken so much damage, especially when Raydish is coming in like that. Well, and now take a look at what's happening. Boomie is off stage. Sandstorm trying to find a way to save his teammate, but it's a little bit too late as MegD closes it out.
Yeah, the counter hits coming out from the red team and the blue team here are so good that I actually think it is optimal to not try to hit your opponent while your teammate is respawning. There's just no way. Boomie went for 1 nair, and MegD was right in there with a ton of damage, and now he has an edge guard here. Recovery does hit, but if Boomie missed that, he possibly could have gone down.
Boomie was scared, yeah. That's Gauntlets off stage. They're capable of doing some unethical things out there. He almost lost his stock way too early, and now all of a sudden it's 2 stocks apiece. MegD is the one that is highest in the damage at the moment. Raydish backing off a little bit, occupying the right side of the stage. Okay, they're trying to build that sandwich. They're not going to get it anywhere.
Oh, but Raydish
slipping out.
Starting it off that pivot side air, has an edge guard opportunity. Raydish goes for the recovery on the MegD to put him up into the sky, and then he gets the grab on the Boomie. Sandstorm goes down to help his teammate. Raydish knocking Sandstorm off the left side of the stage, and Boomie fully charged to get down. That just doesn't get punished, because in the meantime, Sandstorm takes down MegD, and Raydish did not know what to do. Help his teammate or finish the attack.
That was just like you have bigger fish to fry in that moment. Okay, like there's like way too much happening, and your teammate is about to get knocked out, and you also don't want to run into that desync as well. So that's like a lot. That is like information overload.
Yeah, that was some rare choice paralysis there coming up from Raydish, where he just ended up choosing not to do anything there, but he gets the recovery onto Sandstorm, and maybe if he gets the edge guard onto Boomie, he can take the lead here, but this is very close.
That was just the trolley problem. He actually just got trolley problem in real time.
He did. Oh, now look at this. Down air coming up for Boomie. Sideline, no! He didn't think he was going to catch Raydish with the sideline, so he didn't go for the recovery right afterwards, and Raydish barely holds on to his second stock, and now MegD fighting to take down Boomie's team combo. No, MegD didn't respond to the Sair there, so no neutral stick follow-up. Boomie holds on for a little bit longer until that recovery comes through, and now Sandstorm has to run for his life.
It's the same thing last game. Red team has a lead again. Blue team originally had it, and now all of a sudden look at Raydish getting all those juggles against Sandstorm, but excellent punish there. But look at what cost. Sandstorm took a hefty amount of damage.
He did, and MegD successfully runs away. Team combo, everybody getting interrupted by the stairs from Sandstorm. He catches both of the red team members. Boomie falling back, goes to the end line, tries to read MegD jumping in, and the gravity cancel instant catches Boomie. He barely survives. Sandstorm off the side of the stage, and Raydish with a jump. Edge guard, Sandstorm has to go through to be able to help Boomie. He has to dodge to the stage, and MegD gets the dodge and read, and now Sandstorm stuck in the 1v2. It's match point, Dara. If he goes down here to a team combo, Raydish and MegD knock him out at 7th.
Oh my gosh, Sandstorm wanted that finishing so bad. Comes back on with the side A. Okay, dashing in there. This is a really rough position for Sandstorm, but you have to get MegD out of there. You have to take out that stock. You have to make this a 1v1 in any way that you can. Such good maneuvering, able to escape the D-Light, but then you get sent off stage yet again, and the situation recycles itself once more. MegD with the recovery pickup. That's not going to do it quite yet.
How does Sandstorm get in here? The weapon spots are being starved away. MegD already throwing his weapon in preparation for the next one. He finds the gauntlet. Sidestick comes through. Silent recovery. That's it. MegD and Raydish win 3-1 over Boomie and Sandstorm to move on here at BCX.
That ground pound that MegD hit on that last game was crazy, because everybody was off stage in that moment, and he bobbed and weaved and found his target. He was just like, he homed in. That was amazing.
Yeah, being able to keep track of Boomie's recovery options during that moment when Sandstorm was off there, because that was a moment where like Raydish went off with the